I'll be honest, I've done a lot of visualizations before, not just this tournament, but just, I've had dreams, I've had a lot of thoughts on how it's going to happen, if it's going to happen, when it's going to happen, where. So it's kind of, I would say that the feeling in real life is so much better, obviously, than in your dreams. And it just feels amazing looking at this trophy and, realizing that this is actually true and I can call myself a Grand Slam champion, I guess.
Hey Mirra, congrats. You've dealt with pressure so well this tournament, especially after what happened last year, and you talked after the match about your relationship with your psychologist. Can you maybe tell us a little bit more what's that like? How's this journey has been like with the psychologist?
Yeah, I feel like, as you mentioned, I felt like I did handle my nerves a little bit better these 2 weeks. The beginning of the tournament was very tricky, though. I'm not gonna lie. Obviously, I've had some emotional matches and some emotional moments on the court as well. But, I've actually talked to my psychologist before a semifinal match and before a final match because, I thought that it would help me be in the right set of mind before these, I would say, most important matches of my life. So I wanted to prepare my best, and she gave me a lot of advices and a lot of, techniques that I could try and use on the court to help myself to experience all of these things a little bit better and easier. And that's why, I think that she deserves a lot of credit for this.
Now that you've got one of these trophies, do you feel excited and kind of ready to be pushing for these regularly and adding to your trophy cabinet?
I would say that kind of, yes. These feelings are something extra special, and honestly now I'm already thinking of how I'm gonna prepare for the grass season, how I'm gonna play grass tournaments, and I would really, I feel like this thing is a little bit addicting, and I really wanna, do my best to experience all of this for the second time.
Mirra, congratulations again. See you around your trophy. This was a difficult opponent in that no one had really seen that much of her playing before. Obviously, she'd been winning a lot and hadn't really been at this level before. So what were the preparations like to play her? Did you talk to Deanna, maybe, who played her in the last round? And then also, I'm just curious if you can say about the pin that you got today, because I know you were most excited for that, probably.
Yeah, that's true. I'll start with the first question. I actually didn't talk to Deanna because, I felt like, I don't know, if I would be at her place, I would be probably very proud, but at the same time very disappointed that, obviously I lost, so I just didn't really want to bother her. Maya, she's been playing amazing for 3 weeks. I think that it's very, very hard to pass qualis and to go all the way to the finals, playing on a very high level. So obviously I was very nervous because I've never played against her, so I kind of knew her game style of what Conchita told me, but it's very different when you play an opponent that you've never played before, especially in the final of a Grand Slam. So obviously I was very nervous, and I also think that the conditions today were very, very hard, very tricky, because a lot of wind that is blowing, both directions. I couldn't understand at some point which way the wind was going, and I'm just happy that I've dealt with these conditions and adjusted to the conditions maybe a little bit faster than she did.
Hey Mirra, congratulations. I know you've talked about Conchita a lot over the past few years, but I'm curious, what does this trophy and this win say about your work on the court together and your relationship off the court?
Yeah, for me, of course, it's very, very special to share a first Grand Slam trophy with her. We've done a lot of work together on the court, off the court. We've also been through so many good moments and some bad moments, especially I would say at the end of last year. So it's very, very nice to share something like this with her and, see how happy she is. And also she told me that, she's very proud of me, and to hear those words from her is very, very special to me.
Hey, Mirra, well done. Just about a little more than a month ago, you were kind of in a bad way in Madrid, it seemed like. How do you think you got from there to here? Was there a big reset involved or anything like that that made you pivot and sort of get on a better track?
Well, I wouldn't say that there was like a big reset or something that I, just decided to switch completely or to change the approach for matches. There was nothing like this. I just, decided that, like my psychologist says, that you can always choose how you're gonna, be on the court and how you're gonna play and who you're gonna be as a person as well. So I just decided to choose to be a fighter. And I also felt like I watched a lot of Rogers matches here, and I felt like I really want to, I'm not going to have, obviously, the same aura, like ever. No one's going to have the same aura, but I really want to try to impersonate the way he behaves a little bit on the court, because I love watching him on the court when he used to play. And maybe that helped me a little bit, because I really wanted to, look good on the court, not be frustrated or, be not happy with how I play. But, so also for the people, it's nice to watch how, players try their best and fight and compete. So I just felt like that's what I wanted to do, and that's what I was focusing on.